Hey everybody, got some new goodies in, wanted to share. Uh, I don't have a lot of groups I can share this stuff in, so I figured I'd just make a video. Some new toys. This is a scale model, but these technically are diecast toys, which you wouldn't want to play with them from what they cost. But this Peterbilt, the color and the paint scheme have always been my most favorite. I've always loved the yellow with the brown stripes. I first saw it on the Truck 'em Up posters flyer that used to come in the AMT kits. There was a truck called Stagecoach, and I fell in love with it, and since then I'm building it in 125th and 116th with the 36-inch sleeper, not the 63 like this. But this little guy needs tuning up. So I'm going to add a steering front axle. Going to get rid of these fenders and the headache rack. The mud flaps and rear bumper need touching up, so those will get painted. I've got a little bottle of paint for airbrush that's supposed to match this, perfectly. We'll see. And I'm going to do all the touching up needed. I'm going to paint the fifth wheel and the plate yellow. But it's a really cool little truck. I love it. It's HO scale, 1/87th. And the cool thing is, I recently discovered this guy that has a business called Peterbilt Models. And he makes wheels and exhaust guards for these little trucks. So, of course, I had to buy them. This is the tiny, tiny little photo etch stack guard. And he has them in 3 types. I only bought 2 types. He has round hole, like what's found on Kenworths. And he has the slotted hole that are found on Peterbilts. The holes are open on them and everything. Probably not going to show, but it's a little bitty tiny photo etched exhaust guard. And what I got to do to install that, is the little tiny grab handle will have to be sawed off. I got to paint the muffler flat black and then glue the new little photo etch guard on it, and then glue the handle back on both sides. Fun. I think I'm a glutton for punishment. So that's the guard. And then the wheels he makes are 3D printed, and they're 100 times better than the wheels on the truck. Much more detailed. The bad thing is they got to be painted, and that's going to be fun. This little sucker flies off. That's the front. Open hub, like I like. And what I'm going to do with these wheels, front and rear, is I'm going to paint them with Tamiya flat white primer first. as a base for the yellow. Then I'll paint the yellow. Here's the drive wheel. You see how detailed they are. So I'm going to paint them Tamiya flat white first, then yellow to get the hub yellow. And then after that dries really well, I'm either going to drill the holes out with a pin vise, which will make me invent several new cuss words, or I'm going to use Tamiya black panel line paint, put a drop in the wheel, it'll flow down into the holes and make them all black. But like I said, I'm a glutton for punishment, so I'm probably going to drill them. But these are really nice, they're really cheap. I figured, you know, I love this truck so much, I want to make it the best I can. If there's somebody out there offering cool stuff, I want to, you know, I want to have it. The other thing is, you may have noticed, this is an exact copy of the Revel Germany Peterbilt 359s. They messed up though. They didn't put the panel that goes right here on the real truck. It would be a yellow panel right here. So I got to make those from scratch. They put the bracket, but they didn't put the panel. Weird. And since I had to have this, I found it in 1/43 scale too. And man, I love this thing. And again, they forgot the little panel. And it's made by two different companies. So I don't know how they did that. But again, it's an exact copy of the Revel Germany Peterbilt. The headache rack has the door detail, you know. On this one, I'm more than likely going to remove the half fenders. I don't like half fenders. And I'd like to remove the headache rack, but I've been told that it's glued to the back of the sleeper. And I'm not seeing it touch the sleeper on this one. It might only be on the tiny one. But if that's the case, yeah, it's coming off. I don't like the airfoil either, but I know if that comes off, it's going to leave marks on the roof. And I don't want to deal with sanding and polishing and painting. And it doesn't bother me as much, so I'll leave it alone. And while I got on the 1/43 scale kick, you know, many don't know it, but I build everything in every scale, and I collect toys. Everything from Hot Wheels, the Chevron cars, you name it. If it appeals to me, I grab it. But this little guy, I know everybody's going to recognize. The dual Peterbilt. And it's in 1/43 scale as well. This is made by a company called Altaya. Altaya. That one's made by a company called IXO. The trailer on this is all plastic. And the one thing it really needs is weathering. It needs the streaks coming down from the fill caps. There's a big white spot on the trailer right here. You know, little mud on the tires. just to make it look more like the movie truck. But they did get it pretty darn accurate. Let's show you it up close here. The one thing, of course I gotta be picky, the one thing they did not get right is the real truck is a 281. This is a 351. And I say that because a 281 is a single axle. The real dual truck was a single axle drive with a tag axle on the back. So this hub is supposed to be an oiler hub, and this hub is supposed to be a drive hub. Not a big deal. You know, they're going to miss stuff like that. Not a big deal. But the stack is hollow. Got a little soot on it. The horn is open. It's a nice little model. Don't ask what I paid for it. But, oh, also, I have on the way to me another 1/43rd scale truck, the Cando Record. And man, is it cool. It's not a direct copy of the Revel kit. They actually did a little better job in making it more accurate. It has the 379 short hood. It has the chrome 2-hole buds on the back. The only bad thing is they used a 359 cab with the 379 hood. You know, not a lot of people even notice that, but you know, my Tim Alborn pointed that out. I didn't even see it. But the other 1/43rd scale truck I have on the way is the Rubber Duck. And man, it's really nice, but it needs some work. They put the wrong sleeper on it because it doesn't have the cutout for the exhaust right here. The sleeper is too far away from the cab, and the chassis is too short. All easily fixable. I have another sleeper coming from England that has the cutout. It's 3D printed. It's already painted and everything. And all I got to do is take the existing sleeper off and put this guy's sleeper on. And then extend the chassis, and it'll be about 100% accurate. It's got the right wheels, everything. You know, the bull bar, the decals on the doors. It's really nice. I have no clue where I'm going to put this stuff. The little one ain't so bad. It can go anywhere. But these bigger ones, I almost want to make some shelves over here, you know, on the side here, to where I can put them on there. I don't have any wall space, believe it or not, for another case. I probably have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cases already up on the walls, and they're all filled. So I could probably have a custom case made that I could put here just to house 4 trucks. But I actually have more of these 1/33rd scale trucks, and I'm not sure where I put the other one. But I have the red Kenworth. It's a butterfly hood red Kenworth. I always get needle nose and narrow nose mixed up. It's one of those. And it's the truck that's on display at the Iowa 80 truck stop. That's where I bought it from. It's really sweet too. Then I have Trying to think of the guy's name. It's a, gosh, I can't think. My brain is right now. I don't even know where I put it. It was right here. And now I'm not seeing it. But, it's a, International R190, I think. And it's a replica of a real truck. It's like yellow and, God darn it, I don't know what I did with it. Yellow and orange or yellow and brown or something like that. And the trailer, which it didn't come with a trailer, but I'm building one. The trailer says Johnson on the side. And the guy's name is Bob Johnson or something. I forget. But it's a replica of his real truck. So I have that one too. So that's 6 trucks. Now I gotta have a case for 6 trucks. The fun never ends. But I just wanted to share with you guys. I really appreciate you watching my videos. I do not get paid for my videos. I hope nobody thinks that. You gotta be much bigger than me to be able to monetize your videos. You have to have way more views, all that stuff. And it's kind of stupid because they pay you like 1/3 of 1 penny for every view. You know? And then they want you to have $100 in your account before they'll pay you. It's stupid. I'm not even worried about it. You know, I know I'll never make anything on that stuff. I just like making these videos for you guys to enjoy and just show you new cool things. But hope everyone's having a good Sunday. This video was made on February 19th, 2023, a Sunday. So when people look at it later, they'll go, oh, it was made on February 19th, 2023. Something else I'm trying to get done right now, and I've wanted it for a really, really, really long time, is I love these Revel kits, but I hate the tires. I cannot stand hard vinyl, which these are, or plastic tires. I hate that. And I'm planning, I didn't build this one. I mainly bought it because it's built decent, and I wanted a test bed for the photo etch emblems I had made. So, and they worked out perfect. But the one I'm building will be way more detailed. Being that it says 4x4, it's not going to be a 2-wheel drive. It'll actually have a driven axle up here and a transfer case. It'll have that. It'll steer, the rubber tires. Up here, I already carved out the center of the luggage rack to get rid of all the fake stuff. And I'm putting one of these tires and rims, once it's made into rubber, up here, along with little separate sleeping bags, tools, you know, just junk for detail. You know, fully detailed inside with flocking for carpet and all that fun stuff. But that's just another project down the road. And Revel used these tires in a lot of kits of this era, which is like the 80s, 70s into the 80s. The Sneaky Pete, the Midnight Cowboy, all the vans, and the Chevy pickups from that era have these same goofy tires. And there's 2 sizes. If you look closely, this one's smaller than this one by just a little bit. But that's another really want to get done project. Alright, I'll shut up. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday. I'll talk to you later. See ya.